Hello, and welcome to Scott's Odyssey. The year is 1949, and the Boy Scouts of America are getting ready to celebrate their 40th anniversary in the upcoming year. The decided theme was to remind people that eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. And how they did this is kind of crazy. See you in a minute. Welcome back. If you've watched my videos before, thank you for your patronage, and if you're new to Scott's Odyssey, welcome aboard. Yes, up until the late 60s, early 70s, the common quote was, "Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty," and it was attributed to Thomas Jefferson. As time and the internet moved forward, it has morphed into, "The price of freedom is eternal vigilance." And it still has attribution to Thomas Jefferson. Oddly enough, there's no record of Jefferson writing this down, or actually saying this directly in either variation. But, without a doubt, it is a culmination of Jefferson's thoughts on the subjects of liberty and personal freedoms. So nobody really raises a stink about this quote. So as I said in the beginning, the Boy Scouts of America were preparing for their 40th anniversary, which would take place in 1950. And they wanted to remind the Americans that eternal vigilance was the price for liberty. In February of 1949, the theme of their project was called "Strengthen the Arm of Liberty." And the plan was to create and install approximately 200 Liberty Enlightening the World replicas across the United States. What's that? What is Liberty Enlightening the World? Oh, that's right. Sometimes I forget the lies our teachers taught us. Liberty Enlightening the World is the name of the 305-foot tall statue that's found on Bedloe's Island, now renamed to Liberty Island, within the jurisdiction of New York State and administered by the National Park Service. You may have been taught that it's called the Statue of Liberty and found on Ellis Island, an island actually only formerly used for immigrant inspection and processing. Now it's the site of the National Immigration Museum, found formerly in New Jersey, but according to a Supreme Court ruling in 1998, is now mostly New Jersey and partly, literally a small exclave, is New York. And just in case you're not familiar with exclaves, that means there's a part of the city of New York and the state of New York existing within the city of Jersey City, New Jersey. It's kind of crazy, but the original island belonged to New York. They kicked it out to New Jersey. Jersey improved on it and turned it into the immigration station, and New York wanted it back when it became a tourist attraction, which led to the Supreme Court battle in 1998, where New York won, if you consider they only got to put their name back on the rock found below a relatively small piece of what is now Ellis Island. Now that we've cleared up some scholastic and academic whitewash you received as a child, let's continue with this story. With the backing of Scout Commissioner Jack Whitaker, the Strengthen the Arm of Liberty went from a theme to a full-blown crusade of the Boy Scouts of America. The first ceremony took place at Lady Liberty herself, where 3 Scout Honor Guard escorted the Spirit of Liberty from within the statue's base. She addressed the attendees with the following statement: "To you, who are members of the Boy Scouts of America, and in the presence of your President and Chief Scout Executive, I send a challenge to bend every effort to achieve success as you now go forward on your crusade to strengthen the arm of liberty." She then passed her flaming torch to the President of the Boy Scouts of America, Amory Houghton, who then lit 12 additional torches that went to each regional scout present, followed by a delegation of Eagle Scouts for them to continue spreading the flame to all troops. Eagle Scout Alan Fritz of Troop 11, Mankato, Minnesota, lit his torch from his scoutmasters and said to all present, "We will carry these torches back to our home sections of the United States, that the light may be passed on to the representatives of the local councils in our regions, and eventually to reach every one of our 70,000 Cub Packs, Boy Scout troops, and Senior Scout units." The crusade to strengthen the arm of liberty had begun. Over 200 100-inch or 8-foot 4-inch scale replicas of Liberty Enlightening the World were manufactured by Friedli Voschart Company in Chicago, Illinois. Did you know that good old Lady Liberty, although something special to us, was not really all that special a statue? The design is based on a woman in a vestis longa, or female long toga, which is called a Roman stola, with typical sandals and a blank female facial expression used to epitomize the depiction of the Roman goddess Libertas, who is the personification of liberty, not general freedom or freedom from slavery or any other things people who are ignorant to what words mean might try to twist into their political agenda or virtue signaling today, but simply and definitively liberty, meaning to be free from societal oppression imposed by an authority upon your way of life, your choices of behavior, or your political views. It's also neat to point out that the eternal vigilance of her liberty is actually depicted in the fact that her left foot is stepping on her former shackle and her right foot is moving forward, away from the oppression and tyranny that once held her back. The first replica was made of chicken wire and concrete in Spirit Lake, Iowa. Scout Commissioner Whitaker paid $3,500, or today's equivalent of $44,869, to have the first mold created. Each replica used more than 40 sheets of copper, the thickness of a nickel, and were placed over a wooden frame. In keeping with the original, all of these replicas were made of copper. They weighed about 290 pounds, ended up 8 feet 6 inches tall with their pedestals, and cost $350, or the equivalent of $4,487 today. At over 200 replicas, this project cost nearly $4,487,000, not including shipping to the locations they had to go to, nor the building of the taller pedestals or the foundations that they would be set upon. Each replica was sold to each troop, who presented them to different cities and towns in 39 states, including Puerto Rico, Panama Canal, Guam, and the Philippines. The first replica was dedicated on November 20th of 1949 in Scout Commissioner Whitaker's hometown of Kansas City, with over 6,000 people attending. On May 27th of 1950, 1,000 Boy Scouts marched through downtown Cheyenne, Wyoming, to the state capitol and dedicated the second of the replicas, which is when they became known as the Little Sisters of Liberty. Oddly enough, nobody kept any record of where all these replicas were placed or a count of the total number of replicas made. And unfortunately, like all parts of history, most of these Little Sisters of Liberty suffered the direct and deleterious effects of age, weather, vandalism, and theft, leaving us with less than a third still standing today. As a side note, I wanted to let you all know that I've been working on this project for over 4 years, more than a year before I even started this YouTube channel. The length of time has been due to difficulty in finding information, as well as the remote locations I needed to travel to in order to find or photograph the Little Sisters found in Pennsylvania alone. And it wasn't until I enlisted the help of my stepson and patron of the channel, whom you might remember from the Turnpike Tunnel and Bricktown videos, that I was able to finally get the final piece. Thank you, Josh. With that, Know that this video is being sponsored by his efforts to capture the final replica and is dedicated to my granddaughter, Adeline Addybug, from her magic pappy. I see you, Addie. And now everybody, all of them, they know. When I started this quest, there was a little Sister of Liberty found in Berwick, Bloomsburg, Elwood City, Newcastle, Norristown, and York, Pennsylvania. When I went looking for them, the only ones to remain were Berwick, Bloomsburg, Elwood City, Newcastle, and York. Not only can we not find the one granted to Norristown, but there is nothing about it in any papers nor in available records from the borough. In 1998, Troop 101 of Cheyenne, Wyoming attempted to kickstart a restoration project as well as a treasure hunt to find all the statues. Unfortunately, based on what I was able to research, this project never took off, nor made any progress, and their website dedicated to the project, well, it no longer exists. Fortunately, there's a site called LibertySisters.com that exists, and they are seeking to be represented as what they would call the Libertypedia of the Little Sisters. ODDySEEy intends on providing them with all information obtained and photos that you have seen within this video. So if you want to find the other locations of the Little Liberty Sisters and go and help this website, pay them a visit and follow their directions on what to do. Likewise, if you're from another state, reach out to me and we can make an even bigger catalog of all the statues that still stand and a spectacular video of how liberty finds a way to continue. It's sad to see so many of these disappearing before our eyes and people missing the point of the history behind them. And we all know we really could use a good kick in the pants to remember that our liberty is not free and requires our eternal vigilance. So find your little sister of liberty, pay her a visit, get involved in saving the history, go kick some anti-liberty out of our country, or at least out of your community. Be the beacon you are meant to be, and tell them ODDySEEy sent you. If you enjoyed learning about the Little Sisters of Liberty, give the video a like. Take a moment, subscribe for more ODDySEEy histories, share this video out to people you think might be interested, and leave a comment below with your thoughts about these small national treasures. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned of lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that Twin Cities frame. Keep, ancient lands, your story's pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.